I'm back again. It's been about a week since I did the first ones. I apologise if I'm a bit quiet. I'm gonna try and be as cohesive as I can, while also being as quiet as I can. I'm not home alone right now, and I don't really want to bother anyone with noise or the issues. I think I just need to talk about... Well, I've been feeling really crap lately. And I feel like a real arsehole about it. Because it's... Well, I feel like a bad friend. And the main issue is... And I mean, this is going to make me sound awful, and I'm fully aware of that. One of my friends recently, one of my two best friends, he's recently started sort of moving on with his life. You know, he's met someone there. They're nice, from what I've heard of them. But I don't know if it's anxious attachment or anything that I've sort of just left for years and never really bothered to deal with, or whether it's just me being a selfish bastard, but I hate it. Not because I don't want him to be happy or anything. Like, it's more than all I want. It's all that I want. But I want us all to be happy. And I think... Fuck me, this is going to sound really petty. Or really cringe, corny, whatever you want to say. I hate him... somewhat basically seeing him live the life that I just want. As a friend, I'm extremely happy for him. I'm over the moon that he feels like he's found someone that he can be himself with. As a mentally ill degenerate, I've never wanted to throw myself into a fucking river with 3 tons of concrete attached to each foot in my entire life. I don't know why, I can't deal with it, and I feel horrible because I'm so jealous, and I know how awful that must make me sound, and I feel awful, but it's like I want to be happy when all of us are happy. I feel like I'm getting left behind. I think for me, a big thing is that I'm terrified. I'm absolutely terrified. I can't make friends because I can't talk to people. And so, because of that, or because I can't talk to people, I can't really make new friends, and then that means I'm stuck with the ones I have, and once they move on and get their own lives, then I'm fucked. They're going to be happy and grown up, and I'm just going to be rotting here because there's nothing else I can do with my life. No matter how hard I try, nothing. And I mean, I remember when he first told me that, you know, well, he hasn't sort of told me anything official. He hasn't said, "Hey, look, I've got a partner" or something like that. It's just, "Oh, I've got a girl coming around." And I remember when he first told me, and I hate myself for this. I really, really hate myself for it. But I felt incredibly sick. I felt physically sick for hours. And again, I can't tell you how awful that makes me and how awful I feel because of that. It's just like it just makes me sound like I'm not happy for him, and I am. I wish I was also happy like that. And unfortunately, I've now come to the conclusion that I don't think I'm built for that life. Well, I mean, think about it. I'm here, I'm making videos on YouTube about me feeling like shit because I'm a terrible friend. And then I've got so many issues with the old noggin that and nobody's going to want to deal with that. My room's a shithole. I'm shocked. Because, well, even though I hate that word, there is no better word. I am quite literally shocked. So there's no hope for me. And I'm trying to turn it around, but I can't. No matter how much I try, there's always something that just sort of pushes me back into the basement of rock bottom. And I don't know how much more I've got in me. I've thought about ending it a lot, especially this week. I've been feeling extremely rough. And it's a mean cycle, this, because I feel crap because I know that I'm probably never going to have that again. And also, I then think, wow, you're a shit friend, Aiden. You are quite literally the worst friend for even thinking this, and that just makes me feel even worse, and then it just sort of bounces back off each other until I spiral. And I mean, I've cried myself to sleep twice this week because of it, and I haven't done that in ages. And I only really do that when things get really bad mentally for me. And I'm afraid of how bad it's gonna get. Because I know that obviously the closer they get, that's gonna be great for them, honestly. Fair play to him. He's moving on. I'm probably weighing him down. But I'm terrified. My plan for life right now is, if anything bad, majorly bad happens, I can just kill myself straight away. I don't have to deal with it. But it's just, I feel like I'm getting to that point, and it sounds so stupid when I say it out loud, because it's nothing, it's a non-issue. But fuck me, Aiden, this is embarrassing, it feels so embarrassing to say it out loud. It's embarrassing to think it, but to say it out loud into a microphone, which is gonna be on the internet forever. It's all I've ever wanted. When I was 15, 16, so about 8 years ago, I was with my ex at the time, and obviously we were both children, so you might call it your standard high school sweetheart sort of thing. And I suppose it was, but it doesn't make it any less real. You know, she meant a lot to me, and I think I meant a lot to her, at least she told me I did. And I think in that situation, having someone love you for you conditionally, so they don't have to, they do it because they actively want to, not just because, oh, you're a member of my family or whatnot, so I feel like I kind of have to. You know, she chose to. And I have been chasing that high ever since. That was when I truly felt like I was worth something. When I knew it. She would tell me often that I was great and that she will, you know, I would like to think that the 7 months we were an item, things were good. Unfortunately, due to differences in life plans and the fact that we're still both children, it meant we couldn't really do anything more. But, and it sounds awful, it sounds really sad, because I'm in my mid-20s now and I'm still thinking about a relationship I had when I was 16. It did mean a lot. And I think since I've sort of spiraled and become even more undesirable to the world and to everyone, I've just unfortunately come to terms with the fact that I'm never going to have that again. I'm going to be stuck just chasing a feeling. And every time I chase that feeling, every day, every month, every year that goes by, it fucking hurts. But there's nothing I can do. I know that if I were to find someone now, my brain is so fucked, I don't think I should even consider it, but it's just... They say it's... Well, you shouldn't go into something if you can't, like... You can't love someone unless you love yourself, and personally I don't think that's true. You know, they might say, if you don't love yourself, you're going to constantly be searching for reassurance. There are people that do love themselves that find themselves asking for reassurance. And I think for me, I can only see my self-worth when I have physical proof of someone that can see that. And it's all great, you know, having friends and family say, you know, you are worth something, but I feel like my friends, they kind of have to say that. But like a romantic partner, they don't. They choose you to be one of the most important people in their life, and I'll never see that again, I don't think, and that just kills me inside. I'm coming to accept that it's just not for me. And yet, it's all I've ever wanted. I want someone to look at me, despite everything, and just think, you know what? Yeah, he's not bad. I have so much love to give. I know it might not sound like it, but I truly do love my friends. They're the only people I can really let the mask off as much as I can. Like, I joke around with them like I would never joke around with anyone. And I feel like they sort of accept me for that, and that's great. But obviously I can't... it's really hard to explain. It's a different type of sort of love between the bros and, I don't know, a spouse. And that could be the limerence in me talking, because I know that sucks whenever I do experience that. Which, anytime I talk to someone, But unfortunately, that's just how my brain is, and it's the worst and the best thing to happen. It does mean that I can get too attached too quick, but it also means that I know in the case the right person were to come along, I'd be absolutely obsessed with them. Not like in a creepy way, obviously, but I would be able to really see everything. And I love that. But I'm never going to experience that. And so I can't really see a point. Like, every time I try, I get shut down. You know, I think it's quite difficult for me because, well, I've got really bad agoraphobia, so I can't go outside. And then obviously that means that the only thing I've got to do is online, but that is awful. I hate doing online, but I mean, for me there's nothing else. I can't make it out even if I wanted to. I can't walk without feeling excruciating pain. I can't afford driving lessons. I'm just stuck. And so there's nothing I can do. And I know that my friends are starting to move on. They're going to find their own life, and I don't know, I feel like in a few years they're just going to see me as that guy that couldn't get his shit together and that they had to leave. And maybe that would be for the best, because then I can just sort of slip away without really hurting anyone. And I hate that fact. But I have to live with it. There's nothing I can do. Again, it's a really hard problem to describe, and obviously if you're not currently experiencing that sort of issue, then this might just sound like ramblings of a madman to you, but I wake up every day thinking I wish I could be waking up next to someone that I can, well, I know sees me for the amount of joy I can give, because I really wish I could, but I don't think I ever will. I feel like such a loser even saying it. And I mean, I am a loser, I'm not denying that. And sometimes it's nice to live in the world and think maybe I'm not a loser, but unfortunately, I am very much a loser. And I think that's one of my main problems. I don't think that life is for me. You know, not everybody can have what they want in life. As much as people tell me otherwise, they don't see the real world, really, do they? Well, they don't see what goes on in my head, do they? God, I hate this. It just sounds like me, but I know that if I didn't get this out, I was going to explode. I needed to say it. No matter how much of an arsehole it makes me seem, no matter how much of a bad friend it makes me seem, no matter how desperate it might make me seem, I have to get it out. Because, like I say, if not, this is one of those feelings I don't think I can keep bottled up, and there's not a lot of feelings I get that are like that. This concern for me is very real. Like, it's This is a real worry of mine. I've done everything I can within my power. And it's, I don't know, it's one of those where, I don't know, maybe in a few years I'll feel a bit better about myself and something can be done about that, but I'm in my mid-20s now, and I've been like this since I can remember. So, how long left? I don't know if I have much more energy in me to keep going, thinking it will get better, because the longer time goes on, I start to think maybe it won't. And hell, maybe that's correct. I mean, that's all, really. Just me being a fucking loser. Once again. I don't think I've ever told that to anyone. It's just too embarrassing. And I'm gonna hate myself for even doing this, but I don't know. Maybe some good will come of it someday. That's all I can hope for. But yeah, thanks for listening to me ramble, if you've made it this far. If not, I can't say I blame you. Yeah, I guess that's it. Bye bye.